There are days when, we can coast. We can coast through life. Things feel light, easy, no pressure. Yeah, not one of those days. In fact, it's the exact opposite. Okay, it's not just even a shift, it's like a reality check. Okay, the weight of reality sets in. A project we've been avoiding, a responsibility we've been dodging, a commitment we've been kind of halfway in, halfway out. Today, there's no escaping that. There's a moment in every journey where we have to decide, am I in or am I out? So, are we willing to do what it takes to turn an idea into something real? Or a relationship into something lasting? A dream into something tangible? Today's not about fantasies of what could be. It's about proving that we're ready to take it seriously. And if we are, well, this could be the day that changes everything for you. So join me as we embark on a journey of self discovery. We'll gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, it is my hope that you now are gifted with the tools, the insight to go forward with the confidence, with clarity, with love. So, hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. Welcome to your daily focus, March the 12th, 2025. What a year it's already been. Now, if you like what I do here, the format, I give, you can relate with it. It hits home in some way. I'm helping in some way. Could you leave me a little heart or a thumbs up in the I would really appreciate it, okay? It makes me want to do so much more for you. And I know I'm going to have an absence. I just didn't know how to tell you. I mean, you guys have been so supportive of me lately that I didn't have the heart. Yes, for all of you that have ordered your personalized 2025 astrological roadmap, you will all get them before we depart if you haven't already got them, except for one, and we've already talked about that, so we're good to go. Um, but it's a wonderful trip. My kids planned it behind my back, and I thought I completely messed up this parenting thing, but apparently they want to spend time with me, and their families want to spend time with me, and we're going to be trapped on a boat together. So how exciting is this? So I have been furiously working in the background trying to make content for you. So maybe you won't miss my absence. Maybe you'll miss it at the end. I'll let you know in a couple of days because in a couple of days I will know because I'll be ready to leave. So, anyways, you've had patience with me before. I'm asking you to have patience with me again. I never suspected when we started planning this 2 years ago that it would be the I think two of the strongest astrological weeks we have. So I do not want to leave without having you well equipped to go forward with a strength, with a surety, with a clarity, with a confidence. Because this is defining moments for us. Absolutely. Uh, so, anyways, I do hope that you give me this little bit of ray of sunshine that's come into my life, and I know I'm gonna have a fabulous time. We're gonna be in LA. We're gonna be in Mexico. It's going to be wonderful, and I will be back soon. Hopefully, you won't even notice my absence, except I won't be answering the comments as much. And let's get to it. Let's get to today, okay? So I got that off the plate. I guess Saturn in the center already working for me, but I'm jumping ahead here. Today we have the energy of the 12, right? March the 12th. The 12 energy is about, well, being in the moment, in the here and now. And really, under a 12 energy, we are looking at what lays before us, what events, what situations, what's happenings, what environments, what people. We're looking at these things, but we're looking at them while we detach our emotion from the situation. So, if you were to give a friend advice, would it be the same action that you're taking in the moment? Let's say you had plans to go to the movie theaters and you were going to meet up exactly at this time and it was going to be a sold out show and we can't be late, and there you are and you're standing there and your friend's not there. So are you like starting to curse them, and are you starting to get frustrated? You don't know whether or not to buy the tickets. You know, what would you probably tell somebody? You would probably tell somebody, well, they were late. Like maybe they had a reason. Maybe they were in an accident. Did you phone them? Did you text them? Are they okay? Did you check out that first? And they wanted to come just as much as I wanted to come. Obviously, it's something. Obviously, I can wait 10 lousy minutes. What is the advice you would give to a friend in the same situation? Would you tell them, I just, write them off? I don't want to have people like that in my life. Probably wouldn't, right? So that is the 12 energy, and we're looking at all aspects of our life under this kind of microscope. So it's removing the emotion that you're feeling and your history, okay, leading into that moment in time. It's about understanding where we have control in our life, where we need control, where we need to let go of control, where we need to surrender, being mindful, taking a step back and breathing a little bit and looking at things with a logical, realistic viewpoint, practical. 1 plus 2 is a 3, and that is all about transformation. It's our voice, it's our imagination, it's our communications, it's wanting to go forward with a sense of curiosity. We want to try new things. We want to think outside the box. We want to step outside, past the line, over the line. And if we look at the daily numerology, it would be a 3 plus 3 plus 9, which is a 15 energy. And so the 15 energy asks us to look at what we are tethered to in the past, not allowing us to go forward into the future. To become the phoenix rising out of the ashes, to let everything fall away that no longer serves us and burns to ash, and we are reborn through this process by letting a lot of things go that really didn't matter in the long run. That was just wasting our time or our energy or our resources in one way or another, or not utilizing them to their full capabilities, either or. 1 plus 5 is a 6 energy, and that is our habits, that's our behaviors, looking to change some things, adopt some healthy habits into our life, working on some things that we're not comfortable doing. If we're not an outgoing person, try and step forward in that conversation. Maybe go out where people are networking, where everybody's talking back and forth, and get more comfortable with speaking about yourself and who you are, where you want to go, who you want to become. Sun is in Pisces. Our moon moves into Virgo around 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The sun conjuncts Saturn. So the sun is our life force, our purpose, and it meets Saturn, okay? The planet of discipline and structure and responsibilities and obligations. It's not a lighthearted transit. It's a test. It's a reality test. It's a moment of reckoning. But it brings in clarity. But also, it's a heavy energy, okay? So it's almost like, time itself almost seems to slow down. It presses us into the moment with an intensity. I don't think we can ignore it if it comes upon us. It's not an energy that's light, okay? This is a meeting of our identity and responsibility, of our purpose going forward, but also our limitations that are in place. And to balance out, I think, desire and passion with discipline and practicality. So there's a lot of weight and there's a lot of balancing acts to this kind of energy. So we feel grounded, but it's also very heavy. So what happens here is that life asks us to step up, to take ownership. These are already things that we are considering stepping towards or staying with or moving it, elevating it in some way. It's time for us to step up and take ownership, yes, and to prove our commitment to the path that we claim to walk on a daily basis, okay? The Sun conjunct Saturn forces clarity, not the kind that comes wrapped in inspiration and optimism, which is more of the transits I love to talk about. This is the kind of clarity that reveals where we've been fooling ourselves, where we might have cut a corner or two. Or maybe we've been avoiding something that we know needs doing. So just do it. The truth, we can't deny the truth under this kind of energy. We see what's working, we see what's failing. But more importantly, okay, we can understand, if we sit with it in silence for a moment, we can truly understand what is needed to do about it. Okay, because Saturn is also the great teacher, the builder, the architect of our long-term successes. Unfortunately, I don't think anything about Saturn gives or comes perhaps without some kind of effort. We need to, here I'm chuckling as I'm going to say, we need to take ourselves seriously, but we do. To show up with a sense of self-discipline, to accept any kind of hard work that's thrown at us. I mean, that is the price for mastery, is it not? So if we've been avoiding a commitment, a goal, a responsibility, maybe a promise to ourselves, you know, this is where life is asking us, did we mean it? Do we want to show up for this? Is it time to let it go? And yes, self-doubt will creep in. We can feel fatigued on a day like today, absolutely. And it's here to toughen us, to strengthen us, to prepare us definitely for what's ahead. And know that your decisions now will have a ripple effect that will go months, years to come. So we don't want to rush. We want to make sure that our choices align with the bigger picture. So it's time to take responsibility. What we commit to now will shape the months ahead. Own your choices, do the work, embrace the process. Okay, success is built brick by brick, one step at a time. So patience, discipline, that's how we win the long game. You know, this is a time when we make the plan and then we make a promise to ourselves to stick to it. Okay, Saturn respects when we structure things, when we make the plan, when we are consistent in our showing up for our obligations, our responsibilities. Okay, so we can actually crack some big breakthroughs in our life, some big goals in our life, but it's going to take slow, small, manageable steps, right? We need to keep it practical. We can't fear, well, it's going to be hard. Well, chances are it's going to be hard. Some things are hard, but they're worth it. It doesn't come easy, or everybody would have it or do it. What we build now will stand the test of time. So trust the timing. You know, when we're having delays, it's not a denial. It's not a no, you can't have this. It just means that we need to refine it in some way. And so we have the Sun and Saturn giving us the advice, the true advice. Well, we might not like the truth, but that really is the steps in order to go forward. So don't feel discouraged with this energy. Ask what it's teaching you. Okay? Don't shy away from the effort it's going to take. One small step. That's all you're being asked to take today. And tomorrow, how about one small step? The day after that, how about a small step? Okay, you say, I want to write a book, but oh my gosh, I don't never have time to write a book. So you say, I'm going to write one page a day. At the end of a year, you have a book that has 365 pages in it. That's pretty good, if you ask me, because you took it in smaller steps. So look at your life. What can you take in smaller steps in order to get there? Maybe you're just trying to take too big of a step right now. And don't fear failure, okay? That's just going to teach you something new, something different, something that it would have been a bigger lesson down the road if you would have squeaked through with it. This is a moment to step into our power, to own our choices, own our decisions, to prove to ourselves that we are ready for the next level. And will it be easy? Chances are no. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. You know, our only question is, will we rise to meet it? Will we say yes when that door swings open? Okay, let's turn to the cards. Okay, underlying energy is the Eight of Swords. Our perceptions change. Did I really want that? No, I'm not willing to do that for, doesn't look worth it to me. Or, yeah, I'm willing to do that because even though there's not going to be a payback for 3 to 5 years doing that, at the end of it, I will have succeeded. I will have broken through. I will have managed each step in perfection. And then it's easy from there. What is it going to take? The perception changes of how we are making the decision to go forward towards our dreams, our goals, our desires, our passions, with a very practical mindset of how doable is this? And maybe you can't see the end game being doable. That's all right, okay? But can you see a step towards it? And are you willing to do that step? Are you going to be able to have the self discipline necessary to be in it for the long game? Because that's what we're being asked for here. Are we in it? Is it a yes or is it a no? There's no gray here. And then the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's totally our thoughts and in our mind rather than outward action with this kind of energy. We have the Ten of Swords. We've made it through the fires. We've made it through the chaos. We are here. We are tired. We are foggy. We are confused. We don't know which way is up. Don't worry. Everybody's feeling that way. It's going to change soon, and the clarity is going to be like, whoa, it's going to be like a sucker punch to us, okay? And that's okay. It's a good kind of I remember being in therapy once, and he was talking to me, and he was very blunt about something, and he just kind of stopped, and he looked at me, and he says, "Was I too direct?" And I thought about it, and I said, "No, that was the most refreshing slap in the face I've ever had. Like, yeah, you spoke a lot of truth there, and I needed to hear that truth. So, did I like it? No, it hurt while it was being delivered, but now I can deal with it because I see it for the first time. It was not understanding it that was hurting so much. That was why I was struggling so much. So, same kind of thing. Okay, so this is a time maybe to rest, to restore. Absolutely. Time to think, knowing that when we came through that fire, when we came through that chaos, that we built our strength, we built our courage, we built our skills, we became who we are today. And sooner or later, we are going to feel the warmth of that sun and Saturn together with the sun. We're going to feel the sun's energy. Okay, Saturn got us to here. We're exhausted, but the sun comes in warmth, gives us energy, gives us light, and we will push ourselves up. We'll dust ourselves off, and we will go forward with the strength that we never seemed to have before. We never seemed to possess until this moment. Look at that, the Three of Swords. We haven't seen the Three of Swords in quite a while. This could be very strong healing energy for us. We see where we've allowed somebody to take away our power in some way. And it's time to reclaim it. I mean, that could definitely be under this energy. where we've nodded approval when we didn't approve, when we agreed when we disagreed. And so that there would be harmony, but it was a false head. And if we're not building that foundation strong, it will crumble. So we got to do some patchwork here. We've got to be true to ourselves and who we are. And you won't be alone. The right people will be attracted to the energy that you put out there. It'll just be different people, more in alignment with who you are as a person, more in alignment probably with your goals, your dreams, your desires, your way of thinking and being in the world. Will you agree on everything? Absolutely not. That's what makes us all unique. That's why we all get along. But there's I see this light coming in, this bolt of light coming in, this awakening. We see where maybe we have made a wrong decision in the past, where we thought we were building structure and we really weren't. We were spinning our wheels, or we were trying a different route rather than the route we knew we should have taken in the first place. We're slowing ourselves down because we're afraid of success. We're afraid of failure. Everybody says that I wouldn't succeed, so I'm going to prove them right and fail before they have a chance to start saying it out loud. So there could be some kind of healing in here, allowing you to see, where you misstepped. And you will get the answers of how to go forward. So this could be a great burden or something being released. A negative energy even being released. And look at that. After that, we have the wish card. Your wishes are granted. What wishes do you really want to desire? Because now you're clear about what you truly want. You know whether or not you are willing to make the sacrifice for what is to come. And the sacrifice doesn't need to be, painful. It could be very enlightening. It could be very, uplifting, motivating. You might start to think, wow, I'm feeling younger every day. What's going on here? Because you're finally living your dream. So, don't think that surrender by any means, any stretch of the imagination, is a bad thing here when I say that word. It's quite the opposite. It's a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation that you can now feel for the very first time because you finally allowed that burden to be released. You finally took ownership of something. You finally met up to that responsibility or that obligation, or you've stepped away from it, whatever it might be for you. For each of us, it will be something different, and yet, collectively, it will be all kind of the same theme. So this is the wishes card. Maybe we are to reorganize our wishes, look at our wishes a little bit more, look at our look at what is the priority. What do we need to do first? Maybe we need to compartmentalize it in some way. Maybe we need to block it some way so that we can process it easier, so that we can manage it easier. And that could be time, resources, or energy. Okay, we'll get Nature's Whispers right after I have a little sip of water. Do I have any water? Okay, Nature's Whispers comes out, and we have with us today Be in Service, the 41. Now, you're feeling low. You're feeling low? Go help somebody out. It'll make you feel astoundingly much better. Be in service. Okay, let's get the book out. I always say when you get oracle cards, tarot cards, they all have this basis of symbolism that, and then you go with the artistry from there. So you should read the book, but just kind of to glimpse it over to get a feel of their energy that they're putting into the cards. But with oracle cards, I mean, no two oracle cards are alike, so they all have this very unique personalized stamp of energy to it. So, look at the artist's perception of being service. Look or listen to the words of the author, also putting that energy in. So I think it's very important to not discount. I mean, some oracle cards, they have most of it on the card, or you have enough information. But when you just have something simple like this, I could probably talk about it for a few minutes, but they say it perfectly in the book. So why would I go against greatness and not let you have the best of the best? So 41, be in service, give back to the world. When we give in equal proportion to what we receive, we are able to maintain balance. There's so many people who are in need of our services. Being in service can be as simple as a kind word, holding a door open, joining in a cleanup effort. Look to nature and its ability to support according to what is needed at that time. Your efforts in supporting others around you will help create the energy needed to support humanity. Be of service. It doesn't take much. It's the little things that count. But sincere. You don't want to force something. You don't want to tell them that they have a pretty scarf on if you think that scarf is ridiculous. You can say that's an amazing scarf, because then you're not saying negative, or, they're just taking it as positive. But you have to be sincere. The giraffe shows up, and that tells us to stretch our neck out. I would think the giraffe, we can see farsighted, right? We can see what's coming where no other creature could. Stretch, strength, intuition, mobility, yoga, clairvoyant. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. Sometimes we expect more from others because we would be willing to do that much for them. Giraffe is reminding you to be careful of who you allow within your circle. Giraffe has a close-knit group with family and friends. And when there's someone who disrupts the dynamics of the relationship, then Giraffe is quick to change it. Whether it's their long necks and legs or just simply their personalities, giraffes are known to have clairvoyant abilities and the ability to see clearly through people, problems, and sometimes even the future. This uncanny intuitiveness is a message that you too have the ability of intuition if you practice trusting in the messages that you receive. So quiet your mind. That's the key to listening to your intuition, and yoga is found to be beneficial in the practice, although I'm sure there's many other practices that we could apply as well. Since giraffes only sleep 2 to 4 hours, they must have physical and emotional strength. Yoga can help you gain the length or the strength needed to gift you with the spiritual and physical mobility. Stretch your neck out. This energy is growing day by day. Don't be afraid of this energy. Embrace this energy. It's here to help you move forward, to let go of things that maybe you didn't even realize that you were hanging on to, or to recalibrate something that's a little offline, get it aligned with where you're going, who you are, and who you are becoming. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.